up that red button.
Actually, that's okay because we can edit it or whatever.
Somehow,
But where
I didn't know you had it going.
Yeah, it's like you have to push the.
Oh well, it'll go right back in. Like it'll because
if you push
it's
that
only like
one,
10 seconds.
It'll go right back to where we were if you do the pause and unpause. But he didn't know.
I always do time lapses. That's all I do on my
I didn't know the first time either when I was recording videos that you could actually just pause it and unpause it. Yeah. So
we'll just add the little glitch part effect in that little part.
There you go. But we're probably going to do this in a 2-parter anyways, and where we stopped just there was probably a good point to stop. So this will be a perfect place to start the second video, part 2. Part 2.
I was going to say that. Oh shit. Charlie Sheen, part 2. Yeah.
So, here's where we were going to go with this. And what I had in my mind,
the history of our profession,
is that, okay, we started with the stereotypes of our professions and what we do and kind of explained everything about that, right?
And this one might explain why they're there.
Yes. So the things that we were talking about, I don't believe that they're there just on accident. Nothing happens by accident, right?
Right.
So there's like probably some deep-seated past life, ancient history stuff that is going on with what we do. So now I want to go down that rabbit hole, which is what I'm so good at, and him too, and do that deep dive into the ancient history of our professions.
Let's do it.
All right. So I want to start with the tattoo profession because that is something that is I know that it's very ancient.
Yeah.
And there's so much history, like way, way back about body art and tattooing.
There is a saying that the oldest profession is prostitution.
Yeah.
But there's another saying that says that first hooker had a tattoo.
So somebody had to be doing that.
Yeah.
Right? And this goes like so way back into ancient civilizations.
There's something that feels natural about it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, when I started, I didn't start the correct way. I didn't get like a straight up apprenticeship. I didn't walk into a shop and say like, "Hey, I want to learn to tattoo." No, I grew up a military brat. Sorry. And some of our upstairs neighbors in Germany, Wiesbaden, Germany, were bikers. And so like I saw tattoos and I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. I love that.
Yeah.
And so that sparked it. But, of course, then I was introduced to like bands like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses. That's when like the hair metal stuff like really started. I no longer listened to Michael Jackson. Well, actually I did. I listened to Michael Jackson and Run DMC and everything. All like old hip hop. Yeah, all of that. But something new was introduced, and that's when like in my life, like tattoos was like really prevalent. Oh, this is cool. You can just wear art on your body. And so like I would draw on myself. My mother would like slap the pin out of my hand. Like, stop that. Go draw on the wall instead. Something, you're not getting a tattoo. What the hell's wrong with you? Because that was the stereotype back then. It was the ruffians, the bad boys, the bikers, the gangsters.
We know that it didn't start that way.
That's more of a Western civilization thing.
Ancient civilization.
Absolutely. That's why they're still finding bodies with tattoos on them,
And that's what I'm interested in, is like how this correlates
I wasn't prepared
with who we are in our soul and our past lives and what we have done in those past lives.
Oh, yeah.
And how it correlates to what our spirit and what our soul feels the need to do
when I have a machine in my hand, I feel complete. I feel right.
Yeah.
Even with the modern day pin style and rotary machines, even those, if I get a brand new one in my hand, something feels like magical.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I prefer coils because I've been doing it 30 years and I'm old as shit. But any type of tattoo equipment, it comes in the mail, and everything about it, it just feels like you're just opening up a treasure.
Yeah.
Like this is who I am. This is everything.
Exactly.
That, even though I'm paying bukus of bucks for it,
you feel like it's part
right.
of your being.
It's part of me.
Like it's part of your soul.
If I go 48 hours without a machine in my hand, I feel off. I start to I feel insecure. I hate to admit that. I feel insecure. I don't feel right in my mind.
And I'm sorry, but have you ever thought about that? Like really?
Not to this degree that you're bringing it up, because nobody's ever asked that before. But yeah, spiritually, where I come from, or like ancient bloodlines, there might be something to that. Definitely.
Yeah.
I always wonder, I have a thing for headgear. I always wear something on my head, and I love boots. I hope I wasn't like one of those Nazis that was putting fucking wrist tattoos on people. But who knows? Maybe that was like my only job, and I was like,
maybe that's the karma that you have to get rid of in this lifetime.
Possibly,
or other lifetimes.
Possibly, yeah.
Because trust
By
me.
the way, I am black and white mixed.
Yeah.
I'm not German or anything.
Not all of our lifetimes we were saints.
You're not going to come back as the same race either. Yeah.
We've all had bad lifetimes where we were not very good.
I think racist people come back as like their opposing race.
Or maybe a roach. That's what I think.
Better. Even better.
They come back as a fucking roach.
Why give a clan member like a fucking 10-inch dick?
Yeah.
On his second life.
Oh, God, no. Don't let them come back as a black person. Don't ever let that happen. That would be way too easy on them. Mm-mm.
Well, depending
they need to
on
come
the
back
person,
as a rodent, or
come back as a fucking slave and get beaten the shit out of,
And there's your karma.
Yeah. So
there's
I do wish that on them. But
well,
not a modern day black dude. Nah.
So
what?
That history, we're talking about that, and how our things that we do in this lifetime are or our past lifetimes are, and our soul memory is affected in every lifetime that we come back. And we have that soul memory to where there's just certain things that are ingrained in our soul.
Yes.
And they will come back no matter if we want them to or not.
This is the first time I've ever really thought about it so much.
Yeah. Well, the same thing with me.
Yeah.
And I know that I have ties to ancient Egypt, to Atlantis. So there are when cosmetics, that whole thing, was huge in ancient Egypt. It's not a modern thing. It's an ancient thing.
Weren't they
cosmetics.
The first to crush up bugs and stuff.
And use the charcoal and all the thing. They did the whole makeup and aesthetic thing, the priestesses, right? Yeah. So why would I not have that if I was there, ingrained in my soul?
If you ever went to prison, you'd be the one to know how to crayons.
Yes, I would be giving everybody makeup in prison.
Burn shit in the toilet paper fucking holes.
Believe me, honey, I would fucking figure out a way to do it, because I don't want to live without it.
A prison full of goth chicks. Really cool with all the charcoal in the eyes.
But just going to say,
we need to make that a movie.
Oh my God, just stop.
A B movie, goth prison girl.
Goth prison
gone wild.
Goth gone wild.
Yeah.
But it's not just now. This has ancient ties.
Yes.
And there are spiritual reasons and things, rituals and whatever, to why they did the things that they did back then. So aesthetics, tattooing, this is not just a thing of the recent history. This is very ancient.
I love the word ritual. Especially with our profession. So when you're drawing blood, it's a ritual. There is some magic involved that even most people don't realize. When you're releasing blood into the air, consensually, there's a bond there.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm like realizing it more as I'm letting it out of my mouth. You know, it's like I
Yeah.
thought I was being nice to clients. I gotta be nicer still, you know, because
It is
it
a
creates
ritual,
bonds.
isn't it?
I've
Yeah.
got people I've been working on for years from the beginning almost. You
And
know?
it is something that we have to think about. And even when
Yeah.
I'm massaging people and I'm doing energy work on people, and I have just, within the past few years, realized how important it is to protect my energy when I'm doing that, to be able to restore my energy after that, because I'm giving so much of me when I'm like I'm a healer. That's who I am. That is soul wise. That's who I am. I am a healer. I am an energy healer. Um, and how, if I'm doing that with therapy or just with talking to people or whatever it is, like that is a huge, huge part of my soul mission here, at this time on this planet, is activating people, healing people. So I soak up a lot of energy that's not mine. And for a long time, I didn't know everything. I didn't know all this about how that affects you and the energy and being an empath and all the things. So I'm finally learning how to, protect my energy, how to, reboot and ground and all those things, because for so many years, I just gave and gave and gave and didn't realize that probably a lot of the things that I was feeling weren't even my own feelings because I was taking in everybody else's energy without even realizing how to let it back out, or how to release it. So finally, after like my awakening and everything and all the things that I've learned and my soul remembrance now that I've finally learned how to do that. And God knows I'm still not perfect at it for sure, but at least I know it's there and I recognize it now, and I'm working on how to um be like more fluent with that, to where I'm doing it all the time and not forgetting how to be able to take in all the negative and then release it. And I know that Rooster will probably tell you the same thing, because when we're talking about tattooing being a ritual, it is. So you're taking in, because when I would go get tattooed, like I need tattoo therapy. So there's a lot of negative energy that people want to release by feeling that pain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's why we call it therapy, because we're feeling another kind of pain and not feeling whatever emotional pain probably that we're going through, right?
Better than cutting or burning yourself and doing all that shit.
Right.
Just get that pain and have a good decoration that goes with it.
Exactly. Exactly. But we're
and
still
I'll say
releasing.
that when it comes to good or bad tattoos, I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But him being the person that is doing it, just like me being the person that's doing the therapy,
protect my energy.
You have to protect your energy.
And there's some days I walk away and I forget. It's like, oh, I gotta wash that negativity away, and like I brought it home. Mm-hmm. I brought it to, like, if I go to a bar afterwards, I brought it there, and it's like, oh. Yeah,
and then
like,
you look back and realize you probably brought it into relationships.
Yeah,
because it's part of your daily freaking life.
No doubt.
And you bring that, and it's
30
not
years
even
of it. I know I have.
It's not even your own energy.
I'm still learning.
But it's just that we haven't released it, or we didn't protect ourselves from it, and then we're releasing it on the people we love.
Yeah.
Instead of putting it back to where it's supposed to go, which is back into the universe.
Right.
And if we're not regularly practicing that right after we do these rituals or services or whatever you want to call them, healing, then it can definitely come back on you
Yeah.
and affect things because it's not yours, but you just sucked it in because you're the one that's performing.
It'll
these
play on your
things.
subconscious and
Yeah.
like, you know, just wake up sleeping things like, hey, wake up. We got a buddy here to play with us. You know, like, oh, all right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. But going back to like the history of it, I was kind of prepared to think about like modern day American tattooing. It came from Japan.
But what about like ancient Indians and like ancient Japan?
India, the Japanese art, as far as I'm concerned, is like the most important thing when it comes to tattooing.
Yeah,
because it teaches you. I'm not gonna like give all the secrets out, but there's a way to design according to the body. There's a way to design according to design in general. There's a thing called the rule of three. You can look that up if you're a tattoo artist wanting to learn these things. Yeah, look that up. The rule of three. If your mentor hasn't taught you that, there's so much to it that I can't just like spill it all out to the table because some of it is sacred.
Yeah,
I don't want to give it out to the public, even though that's the thing now. Just give all the secrets.
But no,
away.
That's okay.
I'm a gatekeeper. I don't mind being a gatekeeper when it comes to tattooing.
Gatekeeper.
Because not everybody should be poking designs into people's skin. You know, you should go through some rough shit. You should, in order to respect tattooing.
There's a reason why they have the apprenticeship that they have to go through in order to do what they do.
Tattooists are assholes because we've gone through some shit.
Yeah.
You know,
they had to clean all those toilets and floors.
And see, I never had one of those apprenticeships, but
I've seen people
go through
like
on the outside of learning tattooing, I had those things going on. So, like when it came to tattooing, it was always a break away from all of that. Because like when we went down like my old streets the other day, I was pointing out like the things that had happened to me, and it hit me. It's like, oh my god, because you said there was something you were like something you said was like very surprising. It's like, oh really? What the fuck? It was like, some old guy trying to suck your dick.
I'm like, what? What happened on East Houston? Well, anything can happen on East Houston. Let me tell you.
Especially back in the 90s.
Yeah, if you're not from San Antonio. But if you are, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you're from San Antonio back in the 90s, you know East Houston was not a place you wanted to be, especially
with your children.
At 3 a.m. in the morning, all alone on a bike, you know, with Dobermans chasing after you. And a Debo lurking around every corner.
So here's something that I'm wondering, and I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but both of us have ties to Egypt.
Yeah.
And you've had the dreams.
I'll save mine for another time, but yes, we do.
So we both do. We've both been there together, and we both know that.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the tattooing and cosmetic things come from that ancient Egypt
hand in hand
connection.
Yeah.
So what do you think, or like what does your soul tell you when it speaks about why that would connect you to what you do right now? And just connect to it.
Like thinking further than the Holocaust?
Like way before the Holocaust. I'm talking about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago.
Oh.
I'm talking about like ancient Egypt.
It's...
Because they tattooed then.
I don't want... Okay, I'll say this. I don't want this to sound like, oh, I'm all deep and blah, blah, blah. But no, maybe it came from someone way, way, way back then who
I want you to sound
felt
deep.
some pain and looked around and started questioning things, and maybe came to a realization that the world around them is not what everybody else thinks it is.